Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Saturday Chameleon chore night where I am going to be making some dishes for some feeder insects. And we're going to be doing a lot of just hanging out because I really don't have a whole lot of this feeder insect dish thing is going to go pretty quickly. So I'm just going to be casually doing this. And everybody, if you're seeing the replay of this, know that this is Chameleon Chore Night. It happens every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And this is a very informal hangout for the Chameleon Academy community. You're welcome to join us and just hang out and talk to the chameleon people. So, okay. Yeah, let's get to this. Didn't Bill say he was going to reptile show? I was supposed to. Things changed. And I did not go to a reptile show today. I actually relaxed today, and I spent time with my wife, Yvette, and we relaxed together and actually spent time with each other. And it was a wonderful afternoon. I loved it very much. And that's what happened instead of the reptile show. So it would have been exciting, would have been fun, would have been good to see people, but it just turned out that we are going to spend time with each other. So, how is everybody doing here? You know, it's really cool, and I think just a little bit of life wisdom here from someone who's been around everybody a little bit. If you're married to somebody, and if you and your spouse like each other, take advantage of that and make it a point to spend as much time as possible having fun, maybe once a day, because there's a number of people that just go through life and they really don't like their spouse. And I know some people like that. And then it's not always easy to just say, okay, I'm going to go find someone different. It's not that easy. So if you're with someone you like, just enjoy that so much. Enjoy it. So, hello, Flick from Northern Ireland. Very good to see you. Hey, the cam guy. Good to see you here. And there's probably Alex. I don't know what I'm going to call him this week, but probably Alex for now. Oh. Good evening, Bill. Bill, I have told you at least 3 times in the past few days to hush already. Well, Lisa, I cannot wait to see why I've been hushed. And typically that's for stuff that I'm darn proud of. But I cannot wait to hear what you have hushed me for 3 times this week. Oh, Way to Beaties is here. Hello, Way to Beaties. He's always here to say, hit the like button. So he's kind of our, he's self-appointed himself the cheerleader. So we're just glad to have him. And I do want to say that this book, Tiny Dragons, has been getting out, and I appreciate everybody who has purchased a copy, and especially if you've enjoyed it and you've gone online and said you've enjoyed it. That gets back to me, and thank you very much. It's great to hear that you're enjoying it as much as I did putting it together. And gosh, I do like this book. I do. I'm very proud of it, and so I'm glad other people agree with me that it's a good thing. So I want to thank you all for the support in putting this together. All right. All right. Mike's chores are about putting in the AC in the chameleon room. That is a noble chore. And anybody who wants a Jackson's chameleon, you need an air conditioner, at least with an air conditioner, at least for Jackson's chameleons. So Alicia said, so in love with my spouse, but we are bipolar opposites. It seems to magically work anyhow. All right, good enough. Oh, what? Lisa is saying, I listened to the Chameleon podcast, all episodes twice. Oh, wow. Wow. There's like 300, somewhere around 325 episodes of the Chameleon Academy podcast. That's pretty good. Well, my car and Audible have decided every time I go somewhere, I need to listen again. You know what? Audible, I like you now. Good job, Audible in the car. So Brianna's asking, do you stream only on here or other platforms? Brianna, I stream mostly actually on YouTube. I do 2 times a week. I do Instagram, and so right now this is on Instagram and it's on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, you're actually going to see most of the Chameleon Community Academy community is on the YouTube. So anybody here on Instagram, go to the YouTube channel Chameleon Academy Live. It's a separate YouTube channel than the Chameleon Academy channel, and you're going to see a lot more people in the chat on the live channel. I had to separate the live channel from the regular channel because the audiences were just. I got to tell you, I've seen such a jump on my regular channel now that I took the lives off of that channel. I don't know why those people didn't like live sessions or why it was such a negative thing. But anyway, I've separated them and it's working. And I still can't tell you why it's working, but it is. So, Brianna said, wondering where the other comments are coming from. Yeah, Brianna, actually go right now. Go on to find a YouTube or Chameleon Academy live on YouTube. You go over there and yeah, you can just jump over right now. So let's see. My chore today is getting these gnats under control. Chilling, drinking. Yeah, those gnats are. Oh, speaking of gnats, because the way I take care of gnats is I use carnivorous plants. Well, for this bioactive cage that I'm putting together, I've decided that I am going to include a Venus flytrap. So I'm going to do that because Venus flytraps are cool. Now, this is not an easy thing to do because number one, it's got to be up where the lights are. So because it needs a lot of light, so I'm going to have it up where the lights are. And you have to make sure that it's easy to take out because during the winter, it needs a dormancy period. So I've got to take it out and put it in the refrigerator. They come from South Carolina or North Carolina. Right, I think they're right up there. Anyway, they get snow and they need that. That's the only place on earth that they exist naturally. And they need snow. They need a cold winter or else they die. So you've got to be able to take it out of the cage and put it in the refrigerator or wherever. So that's the interesting things of working with a Venus flytrap. Chilling, drinking. I got sundews. They help a lot, but oof, those gnats are relentless. Yeah, they are. They are. Sundews are cool. I also use the butterworts, pinguicula. Yeah, and those work well for me. All right, Angela has a question. Hey, Bill, my question is how I know my female veiled is an adult. She's 12 inches from the tip of her nose to her tail, and I think she's a little plump. So I want to do every other feeding if it's time. If she's starting to get a little plump, then yeah, you can pull back. The thing is, it's really a judgment call. It's not something that you can plug into a formula. You have to just get a feel for it. And it's really hard to describe exactly when you know it is, but you just kind of say, okay, I think she's an adult now. And that's really it. And so I would say from what you've said there that you feel that that she's done growing and she's now expanding. So, yeah, I think, go ahead, go down to every other day, 3 to 5 feeder insects every other day. And if you start seeing, like you could just kind of taper it off. You could go down to 5 feeder insects every other day. And if you start seeing like her cask start to expand out, or you really think she's getting kind of plump, just go down to 3 every other day. But it's a really good idea to slowly wean. Don't just quickly do a diet change. Just ease off on it, and you can slowly go back and forth. Ooh, nighttime temperature's down to 63. I think that'll do. I think that'll do. Janet is listening and cooking. Excellent. Oh, my AC can go to 61. Okay, now everybody's competing for their air conditioning. All right, that's a good competition to have. Not all 300. It's the Panther Chameleon one on Audible. Oh, okay. Panther Chameleon on Audible. Okay, so for everybody, I actually have two podcasts. That one is Chameleon Academy podcast, and that's one that has over 300 episodes. But I did a Panther Chameleon podcast, and that's what it's called, Panther Chameleon podcast. And it wasn't meant to be a weekly thing forever. It was going to be a certain amount of episodes that you could just start with and start at the beginning, and it will lead you through keeping the Panther Chameleon. So I think that's the one that Lisa's talking about. That's on Audible, huh? I posted that one on Spotify. But hey, Tyler's here. Good to see you. Justin is showing off by being at the beach. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Show off. Bill, the chameleon you have from Iperdalis is gorgeous. Is it a red body? I know it has strong bars, but his body is red, so whatever I want. The one I have from Iperdalis, that's Antilles. That's a yellow body blue bar. And he is a definite yellow body blue bar. It's from Iperdalis lines, really good lines. So basically what I did is I said, Jonathan, you send me, I'm going to have you select. Just get me a gorgeous yellow one. You select, and that's the one I want to buy. So, I know that the breeders know best. I trust the breeders because they know all the backstory to all of these genetics. So, Chameleon Collective is Tyler's up to his neck in Panther Chameleon babies. Good. That's how you should be. That's living. Artsy's Chameleon says, hey, Bill, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm here with my people. I mean, how much better can it be? That's the way to spend a Sunday night. Oh, Janet's making homemade spaghetti. Everybody, dinner at Janet's. Let's go. We need to go. Homemade spaghetti sounds good. Oh, she's saying if everybody was close, get a plate. Made enough for an arm. Oh, you know what? That's the kind of community we need. People will make that much spaghetti. Oh, let's see. Bill, what are your ideal diets for gut-loading crickets and dubia roaches? Oh, okay. We don't know much about diet. We don't know. So we just do our best. And actually, well, James 3, that's exactly what I'm doing today. I am making cricket feeder dishes. And so the way I do it is I like to do these guys that have beta carotene, even though we say the beta carotene isn't good for chameleons, don't turn it in, don't use it. Okay, I'm going to give it anyways because, heck, maybe the crickets use it. Who knows? And then I use a powder, an ingredients, things that people have ground up. And so right now I'm using this feeder fuel from Reddy's Rainforest. And the thing is, what they've done, I don't know if you can see this. Is it reversed? Is they've taken all the things that we have traditionally felt is good, and they just put it all together. And so I think this is the best. I like using it. So that's what I do. I do that. I do some vegetables. I can do fruits or vegetables that give moisture, and then I go for one of these mixes that just puts everything out there, and so the crickets can eat what they want. And by the way, last time I said that there were things that the crickets were that were left over. Lee came on and said, "Oh, Bill, that's the husks. That's the hulls." So, okay, that makes sense that they would leave that. Okay, I will do the same because he's gorgeous. Yeah, say, Alicia, just go to go to Jonathan and said, Bill said that that I should ask for the breeder's choice. Say, Jonathan, guide me. And honestly, that's the actual best thing to do, because literally when you have a project like Jonathan has, where he is calculating all the pairings, and so every pairing that he has is a strategy that he's gotten in his head. I think he puts it all on his website, but I can't understand all that stuff. So he's got it in his head. And if you say, Jonathan, get me the best one that you would pick, then you're going to be getting the expert's opinion. Yeah, he can show you a bunch of pictures, and everybody looks at pictures. They say, yeah, okay, I'll go with that one. That looks great. You can't tell by pictures unless it's the actual panther. But if you're just looking at the fathers and the mothers, you just kind of get a little bit of an idea. But he's going to have the best chance at being right. So you're never, it's never for sure. Genetics are never for sure, but when you start working with panther chameleon breeders that really are paying attention as to what they're doing, then you can start getting some predictability. Mars says, I have two Pardalis cams, very beautiful animals. Hello, Laszlo Pardalis. Art Seats Chameleon says, I need a yellow-eyed Parsons. Who should I contact? Okay. Do you mean orange-eyed Parsons or yellow-lipped Parsons? Right now, there's a guy called Rick Rose who has some captive hatched yellow lip Parsons. I don't know of anybody that has orange eye at this point, but he's got yellow lip. Now, if you want yellow giant Parsons, I've got two yellow giant females, and I need to find homes for those. They're long-term captives. They are wild caught, but they've been with me for over a year, and they're doing great. But it's time that I find a new home for them. So if you want a yellow giant female, come see me. Anybody. I've got two yellow giant females. They're absolutely gorgeous. They need to be gone to. They need to go to new homes. So if you are interested, like if you ever thought, hey, I want to do a yellow giant breeding program, or you just like yellow giant female, because the female Parsons chameleons are incredible. They are wonderful. So contact me at bill@chameleonacademy.com and we can talk. I need a, so I'll try not to watch the chat while I'm cutting with a knife, because we don't need that kind of excitement on a live session. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, so anybody wondering what exactly is going on? For those of you who have just joined us, this is the Chameleon Chore. Chameleon Chore Night. This is the night that I just do chameleon chores, which right now I'm making feeder dishes, and we hang out. This is an informal get together. It's just an informal get together. So and if you're watching this on the replay, know this happens every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Hello, my dog just walked in. And if he comes close, I'll grab him so I can show him to you. But he's a Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inus are cat dogs. And so they are not much for being cuddled and picked up and shown off. They're just, unhand me, you brute. Hello, please. Can I get you? Can I grab you? Yeah, you see, he's wise to that. He's wise. He's not going to let me grab him. he knows when I start getting close. Although here, you want to come say hello to everybody?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to have Yvette come say hello to everybody.
Just be really quick.
Alicia, yes, these are just like plastic saucers.
Wait.
There we go. Come on over here.
Hey. I'm in the throes of all the stuff.
She's taking care of its geckos.
Gecko time.
Late afternoon and evening is gecko time for
Alrighty.
her.
I'll see you.
Where she's got to go to work being a gecko breeder. So let's see. I cut myself with my tape measure today. Oh no, those things are sharp. Oh, if you guys haven't been attacked by a tape measure, believe you me, those things are sharp. They are no laughing matter. Yes. Evening, everyone. Got my reading glasses on, so now I can read. Welcome, Mikey Ben. Very good to have you. And Renee was a nurse. She fixed me. Oh, that's good to have. Oh, how is Renee doing? We need to know an update on how Renee is doing. She just had ankle surgery. And so everybody, actually, we are very close family here. So that's what you're coming into if you join us for these sessions. You end up, we're kind of the word community. We are a real community. We're not just an audience. So, or are you measuring twice? So, all right, I gotta cut up some stuff because I got work to do. So, well, I'll give you an update. So for those who were there on Saturday, I did a session. It was like a double session. So for those on Saturday, we actually have kind of a workshop. So the Saturday live is a little bit of a tutorial. And we were talking about how, there's our update. Renee is doing fantastic. That is great to hear. That is great to hear. So James is here. Good to have you, James. So we did talk about Trioceras johnsoni as a kind of a chameleon profile, species profile, but then I talked about the problem that I was having with my baby panthers. I am fostering a clutch of baby panthers, and they weren't growing, and they should be subadult by now, but they're just barely juvenile size. I can see that they're developing, and so I was finally able to get a good fecal, and it appeared that they have flagellated protozoa, which you can rack your brain trying to figure out how that happened, but I am now treating them with metronidazole, and so this is going to be a touchy thing. You got to be really careful with metronidazole. That's Flagyl. Because it gets into the bloodstream, it gets throughout the body. You got to be careful of that stuff, and it's really hard to dose for something as small as a baby chameleon. But I've now been dosing for 2 days with one of them, and I'm going to see how it goes. I got those I had to get special toothpicks. I had to get the flat toothpicks. You just dip it in the metronidazole just to get a little bit, because it's really hard to dose that for reptiles that small. So I'll let you know how it goes. My hope is that this is the problem. There's still reason to believe that this may not be the problem, but I'm going to try it. Because I haven't seen them. They are not lethargic at all. They are active, alert, acting as if they don't have a care in the world. So it just seems that if the parasite load was big enough to stunt their growth or hold back their growth, hopefully they're not stunted, but to hold back, that they would feel lethargic. But so anyway. I hope it's the reason, because that means I figured out the reason, but anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. I hope this is the reason, and if this is the reason, then I will have hopefully taken care of it, and maybe by the end of summer they'll be big enough that I can sell them to people wanting to work with wild type Ambanjas. Do you recommend getting a Meller's Chameleon CR3? PT says. Miller's chameleons are great. I would not recommend getting a wild caught. Captive hatched is very nice. If you do that, just make sure that you have a big enough cage. They are, they're large, big chameleons. You need a 4x2x4 minimum. Bigger if you at all can, because they're huge chameleons, and so you got to give them the space, but they're wonderful chameleons. Now you're going to have a hard time finding them. I think I heard about somebody in Europe having a clutch, and if you're in Europe and you have access to a captive hatched individual, go for it. They are wonderful. Just make sure you have a large enough cage. I am not aware of any wild caught coming in. Tanzania hasn't exported for 9 years, and I do not believe that I have not heard of anything coming in from Malawi or Mozambique or such. So, do you have a source for Miller's chameleons? I would be interested in that, in hearing about that. I do not want a Miller's chameleon. They are wonderful, but I do not need more distractions. I'm working with shamrock chameleons, and I have to keep focused. Oh, you don't have okay. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to find a Miller's chameleon at this point. So, unless you're in Europe, so you may have to put that on the shelf for a little while until things change in Tanzania. Flick, you need to help James get into the Irish coffee now. Oh, yeah. So we got James into Yemenese coffee and espresso. What other large breed do you recommend? CR3 PT. Okay, if you want I don't know why you want a larger breed, and you've decided you want a larger breed. So there are two choices for you. Let's just assume that if you have a large enough cage and you're set and you really like the idea of larger breeds, two choices. There's Parsons chameleons and there's first for Ustaletai. Parsons chameleons are nice and expensive, $1,000 to $2,000. They are available as captive hatched and wild caught. Ustaletai, first for Ustaletai, is available as wild caught and occasionally as captive hatched. I've seen some captive hatched coming out. Ustaletai is much more affordable. They are wonderful chameleons. They don't get the exposure that other chameleons do because they're brown and cryptic. But once you start looking closely at them, you realize how incredible they are. And they're gentle giants. I mean, they're very cool. I saw them in Madagascar. I've seen them in captivity. Ustaletai is an awesome chameleon to get involved with. So that's my recommendation. A Parsons chameleon they are incredible and they're great. Very expensive. So, if I'm giving recommendation, if you absolutely love Parsons chameleons, go for Parsons. If you're looking for a recommendation, just want a large chameleon, first for Ustaletai. They are incredibly hardy. They are from a wide range and from different areas. So they are a very hardy species. They can adapt, and they're really, really cool. So there are a number of people you'll see that have quietly snagged an Ustaletai. And so there's a bunch of Ustaletais in our community, almost like grassroots effort, grassroots campaign. Probably missed the bioactive talk. Just curious, do isopods and springtails eat the parasites? Okay. When they eat the poop, the parasites will go into the isopods, and so if the chameleon eats the isopod before the isopod poops out the parasite, then the chameleon can get the parasite, but the parasites are not going to infect and use the isopods as an intermediary host. So there will be a brief moment where the parasites are in the digestive tract, but the parasites are not like the Coccidia oocyst inside of an isopod is not going to suddenly burst open and begin its life cycle because it doesn't have the right cues. So it's just going to go through the digestive tract and get pooped out the other end. So it really comes down to, when does the chameleon eat the isopod? The other way that isopods can transmit, be part of the parasitic life cycle, is if they crawl through the poop and they get the parasite on their legs, and that's a common way that parasites get around. So, so they do eat the parasites. They don't digest the parasites, not the encysted ones. So. All right, I'm just going on, trying to catch up in the chat here. Oh yeah, Marcia Ann got an Ustaleti. Don Julio. That's our pet, our community Ustaleti. So, what is it? Neptune has a Parsons chameleon, a Parsonii Christopher. That's the subspecies of the Parsons, which is the smaller one. Yeah. Yes, Alicia. So everybody, the Parsons chameleon is a species that has two subspecies. There's Parsonii Blazer. Parsonii is the big one, the one that you normally see. But then there's a Parsonii Christopher, and that's a smaller bodied Parsons chameleon. So, hey, Lee's here. So, can you even buy them in the States now? Alicia, Parsonii Christopher do come in as wild caughts on a regular basis. So every year they come in, maybe once, maybe twice. So it's not like it's easy to find them, but if you know where to look, you can find them. So, excuse for bringing it here. Oh, Joanne's book is out for delivery tomorrow. Yeah, we went through a lot of effort to get Joanne the book. It was Mikey helped out, and we did we all worked together to get Joanne that book. Okay, Valerie Serrano. I have a female panther. I breed her first time. She laid no residual clutch. We breed her again and nothing, and have been several months. Any idea why she's not laying? I don't know why she's not laying. I wouldn't be concerned about it unless you see her getting big. So she's obviously has eggs and she's egg bound and she's having trouble laying. That's a problem. But if she hasn't developed a clutch, don't worry about it. Sometimes the clutches take, sometimes they don't, sometimes they delay fertilization. So I would have expected her to give you a clutch in 30 days, but if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be worried. So, all right, everybody. I did not go to the show like I said I was going to go. And so we're just going to have to, Lee, I'm going to need you to fill in and give us a report of how Repticon was, just so everybody has a show report. because I kind of promised everybody there would be a show report, and I didn't go to the show. Yeah. Had a veterinarian student of Oklahoma State University going around collecting samples for his parasite class. I love it. We donated 2 samples. I love the fact that more and more people are getting involved with parasites. That is such a huge step forward for us as a community. When we become more and more savvy about parasites, it's fun, and it takes away a lot of the fear factor of parasites. So, now, James, I'm interested in why you asked that question. James asked the question as to whether isopods and springtails eat the parasites. And so, James, please tell me the inspiration for you asking that question, because that could probably be a catalyst for some cool conversation that we could have here. So here's the thing. When you have a bioactive environment, you don't want to introduce parasites, because parasites, of course, will get into this soil, and it'd be very difficult. Essentially can't ever get them out. But, and I got to be careful when I say this. We need to get rid of parasites. But if you are hand feeding your chameleon, all of the oocysts and cysts that are at the bottom of the cage, they're not going to be able to get to the chameleon. So I am making it a point in all of my videos and tutorials to talk about a certain kind of husbandry that breaks the parasite life cycle. And so if people start with chameleons and they get used to this type of husbandry, then they will be breaking the parasite life cycle, whether they know it or not. I'm going to trick them into having highly hygienic husbandry. And even whether they don't know they have parasites or not. We're going to teach them how to break that life cycle. And you're saying, "Whoa, Bill, what is this magic?" Special Chameleon Academy magic, which is basically just hand feeding and using feed a run cup. If you make sure that none of your feeders jump out or are running around the cage, then you seriously break the parasitic life cycle. And so if you just start like that, oh, gosh, okay, that was a lot. Then you seriously cut down on the chances. Even if your chameleon is pooping out all sorts of stuff, they're not going to get infected. Now, we still have to treat for parasites. The only thing that's going to flush... What? Where are you? That's my other Shiba Inu. Little Brett dog. So, ironically, the thing that most people get scared of, coccidia, that's actually something that will self-resolve, because it doesn't have a form that stays in the body. Now, flagellated protozoa, God, fix it. Let me see what's wrong. She didn't usually do that. Give me a second. What's going on? Oh. She's being bratty. She's provoking her brother. She's picking on her brother to try to get him to play. Okay, so I don't have to be worried. But things like flagellated protozoa, they stay inside the system and they keep reproducing within the system. So you've got to treat those. Entamoeba, you got to treat those because they keep doing damage inside when they're there. The nematodes, they stay in the system and they just keep creating more and more babies. But at least most of them don't auto-infect. She is yipping at her brother to try to get him to play. So, and auto-infect, there's very few parasites that auto-infect, which means that they reproduce inside the body and those infectious elements hatch within the body. Strongyloides do this, and I hate to say this, but Cryptosporidium does that. Yeesh. So, it says, I'll be getting some wild-caught bifidus, but I'm also starting to look into doing bioactive. Things are running through my head. Yes. So what I would suggest is that, James, that you set everything up to have, and you know what? We're going to have a whole, once the bifidus comes in, we're going to have a whole episode on it. Actually, you know what? Next Saturday, everybody, next Saturday for the Chameleon workshop, we are going to have a workshop on quarantine, how to do quarantine, specifically how to do quarantine for the bifidus that are coming in for our group. We have a grassroots effort that wants to work with First for Bifidus. We have pairs coming in. And so next Saturday, we can put that on the calendar. We're going to go over how to handle these guys in quarantine, deparasitization, and how to lead them into a very cool bioactive situation, because that's what we all want to do. So next Saturday, we're gonna go over that. So, yeah, James, essentially what we're going to be doing is spending a number of months. We're going to be doing, we'll do parasitization, get the main parasites out, and then establish at some point after we get some negative fecals, we're going to start going into bioactive, and we are going to do feeding through the feeder run cup. And that way, even if some residue parasites get into the system, they're not going to infect our chameleon. So, oh, curse you, Cross. Curse you. Oh. Bifidus may not eat isopods. Petri are the same family and they hate isopods. Well, first for Petri, first for Bifidus, first for Pardalis. I don't know. I don't know if Bifidus is going to go for the isopods, but my Pardalis, he loves it. And it depends on what kind of isopod you get. If you get the powder oranges, they're just little orange things. They're small and they stay hidden. So if you populate using powder oranges or Costa Rica purples, you're probably not going to get a hunting of the isopods. If you get dairy cows, which are a nice, big, white, and sometimes they come out, then, the guy, I did dairy cows, and my panther chameleon went down to the bottom of the cage, and he was sorting through the leaf litter to find them. So chameleons are pretty smart. But if you go ahead and do powder oranges are so cool, and they're cheap. You can just put powder oranges down there, and you probably won't have a problem with the bifidus going down to eat them. Carpets love all of them. Yeah, I bet they do. Carpets, little scrounge beasts. Oh boy. All right, I think that's good here. Oh. All right, well, we've got a little bit of time. I am done. It's been a short chore night. And so you guys can, Marcia's giving us an update on Don Julio, who is the first of her Ustaleti that she got, who had Isospora coccidia. And she started treating them because she took the Chameleon Academy microscopic parasite course, hunting microscopic chameleon parasites. And so she got rid of all the coccidia. She says appears to be gone, working on the pinworm now. We need I need a picture of the pinworms. I love the pinworm, pictures of the pinworm ova. They get these little triangular, very cool shapes. Is there a preferred isopod for panthers? Well, it depends on what you want. If you want them to eat, I would say dairy cows are really easy. They're big and they're easy. But if you don't want them to eat them, eat the isopods. The powder oranges are great. We use rubber duckies. That's an expensive isopod to use in your what kind of chameleons eat them? Rubber duckies are kind of expensive. So this is a bold choice. Oh boy. Do the pinworms need surgically removed, or is that something else? You are thinking about subcutaneous nematodes that are under the skin. Those need to be surgically removed. But the pinworms, those are just normally, it comes out in the fecal and you just give them, so they're in the intestines. And so you just give them fenbendazole and it's a real easy. Nematodes like pinworms are just a real easy. You just give them fenbendazole once, 2 doses, 2 weeks apart, and it takes care of them. So, Melissa, hi from Spain. Hello, Melissa. Very good to see you. Spain. Wait a minute. Isn't it late? Isn't it late there? We've got Spain and Ireland, but isn't it very early? Oh, there's a mosquito. Ooh, I do not like mosquitoes. So, Jan says, I haven't tried any of my zebra isopods. I love them too much. Zebras are really cool. Zebras are somewhat like, yes, I love zebras too. We cultured them, sit on them and wait. Then you could add bougie isopods at your disposal. Oh, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. All right, so we've got 10 more minutes. By the way, if anybody decides that I actually brought a copy of the book, so if anybody wants to throw out a page number, we'll do a page reading out of the book. So just if anybody is inspired and you'd like to have a little bedtime, a 5-minute bedtime story, I will read one if you just throw out a page number. James, need more lateralis in your life. Oh, we got plans. We got plans for James's life. We have the community has come together and has decided we are going to do things with James's life. Low pinworm garlic? I haven't heard about garlic. Oh, okay. We have a page. Nick says page 22. All right. So I'm going to be reading from page 22 of Tiny Dragons, The Art of Hatchling Chameleon Care. This is a book by Bill Strand. The Bill Strand. All right, let's go to page 22. Everybody, if you haven't seen it, this is lots of pictures. There it is. Okay, page 22. Have you got any more books, Bill? For those of you who want a book, you can go to my website and there's a link that you can get them from the publisher. And that's the perfect place to get it. They can send it out for cheaper than I can as far as shipping. But go to chameleonacademy.com. You'll see a big book. Click on there. And even though it says there's no more stock left because I don't have any more here, go to the publisher. There's a link there. Go there and they will get you a copy. Let's see. Melissa says, yes, 3 a.m. here. Oh, but I'm a night owl. I have 4-year-old veiled chameleon. He's the sweetest. Oh, I love the veileds. Yemen, sorry. Translated that in my head. Yemen chameleons. Yes, same thing, everybody. Yemen veiled chameleons. But, okay, so let's go ahead and say I am doing a reading from the book Tiny Dragons, and Nick selected page 22. That is Caring for the Mother, and we're talking about live-bearing chameleons here. It is no surprise that the health of babies is directly related to the health of the mother. Live bearers not only have to get their eggs packed with nutrients, but they have to carry them around for the entire gestation while their internal organs adjust to being squeezed together. So let's talk about this. When we have live bearing chameleons, it's not like they're pregnant like a human being. They actually have eggs, and these eggs are not laid. These eggs stay in the mother's body and incubates within the mother's body. And this is a great adaptation for chameleons that are like at high altitude. And you want to warm up the eggs. You want to keep the eggs at the right temperature. Well, the mother moves into the sun. And so that's a great adaptation. And then when it's ready for the eggs to hatch, the mother just sends them on out. And so the mother is the incubator for the babies, for the eggs. And so that's what's going on there. And that's why I say you got to take care of the mother. And that's how you do the incubating. And also, when I say, but they have to carry them around for the entire gestation while their internal organs adjust to being squeezed together. As these babies grow, that's growth within her body. And her organs just have to adjust to this new big mass of babies inside of her body. I tell you, the females go through a lot when they go through these gestation and incubation and making of the eggs. So that's why I say when your female lays eggs or gives birth to the babies, give her spa day. Just give her privacy, food, water, spoil her rotten for the first week or two. And then stop spoiling her rotten. You see, the problem is if you continue spoiling her rotten, then her body will say, oh, well, in this case, we've got all these nutrients, let's make double the clutch next time. Oh, no, we don't want that. We say, no, we really pull back on that because that will double the stress on her body. We don't want that. So let's see. James says, he's really taken a liking to these O'Shaughnessy. She's a blue girl, anything blue. Oh, I'm glad she loves the O'Shaughnessy. So, all right, guys, we are coming to the end of the show. Melissa, thank you for joining us at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's good this is for everybody who's just joined us. This is our unofficial hangout. Sunday evening or Monday morning is the unofficial hangout. I do chores and we just talk. The official shows are Tuesday at 5 a.m. Pacific, which is an open Q&A. So that is the day for open Q&A. That's office hours, Chameleon Academy office hours. If you've got questions, that's the time to bring it. Saturday at 12 noon Pacific, that's where we have our workshop, and that's where we go over a concept. We talk about things going on in the community, talk about, like last weekend, we did a species profile. We talked about parasites in babies. And so we talk about chameleon topics, mostly because a lot of times we end up just hanging out because we're a community and we love hanging out together. So, all right, everybody. It is wonderful to have you here, and thank you for making Sunday nights a great time here. And so please go have a great week and be excellent to each other. We'll see you later. Oh, I got to figure out how to shut this down. Good night, Melissa.